How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Would you like to state your name?
Kevin McDavitt.
The one and only. He is my father, and I believe we would have a conversation about mental health today.
Sounds good.
All right. Start this interview off. What would you describe mental health as?
Um, how you deal with everyday life.
Deal with everyday life?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I feel like it's a simple answer most people can relate to. How important is mental health to you?
It's important. It's not number one or two or three, but it's important.
It's important to you.
Yeah.
Okay. It's do you think about it every day? Like,
No.
hey, I was stressed out today or I was feeling
No. I think about mainly how more things are important to me than my health.
okay. What would you say is more important than your own health?
My kids, my wife,
Your kid, your wife.
my family, my job, all that good stuff. It falls down the wayside.
Is that what happens when you become a father?
Yes.
Okay.
You take a backseat to everything.
Can't wait to live that life in 10 years. That'd be awesome. What do you believe really hurts your mental health?
Stress.
Stress.
Yes.
Okay. How do you deal with stress?
Um, I like to deal with stress by working. I think just getting a job done
Getting the job done.
is getting a job done does more for you than sitting and worrying. So worrying doesn't help me. I just like to go get it done.
You like just setting like, hey, I'm not
Set a
worried about this.
goal, set a goal, and get it done.
Gotcha. I really like that. Okay. For anyone going through tough times, what would you say to help
Uh, Tough times are temporary, and it's gonna change. Nothing is forever in this life. The only thing that's forever is death. You know, 6 months you could be on top, and 6 months you could be on the bottom.
them? Do you believe mental health problems are primarily genetic or caused by your surroundings?
Um, Probably mostly by your surroundings, just because I wouldn't say by your surroundings. I would say most of your um, problems are caused by you.
Caused by you.
Yeah, the
Okay.
person that has problems. I think a lot of people make bad choices, and that leads to um, bad decisions and bad choices and all that good stuff.
Okay. All right. I like that. What would you say that if let's say I had a problem with school,
Uh,
what would you say is the primarily factor and cause of that problem?
if you had a problem with
If
school,
I had a problem with school, let's say I'm just not doing well in a class, what would you say
I would
is the
ask you.
main reason why I'm not doing
I would ask you, well, what do you think your problem is?
well? Okay, you would ask me.
And then I would say, well, what do your teacher think your problem is?
Okay. And you'd probably say me, because I probably just haven't been showing up.
Okay, well, that would be the issue.
That would be the issue. And then it goes all back to
You
you
making bad choices.
making bad decisions. I like this. Okay. How would you help others to prevent suicide?
Um, I had a friend that I mean, he was my friend too, but one of my best friend's dad hung himself recently, probably about 6 months ago.
Okay.
If I would have known that he was in that, hole,
Mental state.
yeah, I definitely would have went over there and talked to him. But as men, I don't think we talk about it enough.
You know that we talked about
You know,
enough.
I mean, he was going through difficult times and he had a lot of health issues, and um, you know, this is not what anybody wanted to see.
No, no, for sure.
It's a very
He was
selfish thing, I
he
think.
was a good man. I've met him as well. Honest God, he's really good
Mhm.
for sure. Um, so heart attack and heart failure are one of the number one ways to die in America. They kill a lot of people. What would you say suicide is ranked comparison?
People die of suicide.
Yeah,
Uh, I would say
just give me a number.
35.
35.
Yeah.
You would be incorrect, sir. The actual number is 10.
So between heart failure and fetal alcohol syndrome, you're saying suicide is number 10.
Yes.
Wow. That's way more than I thought. Do you know how many people that is a day?
Um, I do. It is actually one in every 40 seconds, a person dies from suicide.
Did they consider like overdoses suicides? Or
Yes.
that unintended? So all these people that are dying of fentanyl.
Yes, that is also technically considered suicide.
So the three comedians that died in California about a month and a half ago, that's a suicide,
Yeah, those would be
even though they
considered.
didn't plan to kill themselves.
They didn't plan to kill themselves.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they did an action that they only did themselves. That's kind of what suicide is.
I thought you had to have like a purpose of dying. Like I'm sure they didn't think of themselves as basically like, hey, I'm gonna go do a bunch of coke and die.
I don't think they thought that
I think
either.
they said I'm gonna go have a good time, do a bunch of coke.
I think they probably thought they were going to do a bunch of good time, and then they test their drugs first, and now they die.
So that's considered suicide though.
Yes,
Wow. Okay.
it's not intended suicide, but it is suicide because there are intended suicides as well.
So I think we've redefined suicide.
We need to redefine suicide.
No. I think we already have.
Okay.
Because when I was a kid,
Okay. Tell me.
suicide would have been, you were in a depression or a deep state and you shot yourself, hung yourself, took pills,
Cut yourself.
cut yourself,
Okay.
jumped off a building, that kind of stuff was suicide.
Okay. I think those are called intended suicides, and then there are unintended suicides. I think that's what we just fixed that ourselves. Oh, this interview today, we just fixed the word suicide.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We're doing God's work.
All right.
Do you believe that mental health
Can we go back one thing?
we can go back. This is a good interview. I like this one.
Can we go back? I just have a question.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. This unintended suicide.
Unintended suicide. Yes.
Okay. Those were just called ODs when I was a kid?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
So we don't call ODs anymore?
well, let's say I'm playing Russian roulette and I lose. That's an unintended suicide. I just wanted to look cool.
I gotcha.
So
I gotcha.
I think you're specifically talking about taking pills and overdosing.
Yeah.
You need to understand there's a broad spectrum of unintended suicides.
So what I'm saying is that number 10 mark right there,
Yeah.
it's probably cut in half because half of those people are dead because they overdosed.
So you think it should be at 20?
At least 35, like I said.
At least 35 is. This explains the conservative America. All right. Can we go back to the next? Can we go to the next question?
Go on. Go on.
In comparison, do you believe that mental health has been underrepresented until Generation Z has sparked this conversation?
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
We've started more talking about it through mass media.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
For sure. Okay.
You guys gone too far.
Do you think we've gone too far?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we've gone too far. I think we're just trying to prevent suicides. I mean,
I understand that. That's a good thing.
yeah. Are you a pro suicide?
I'm definitely not pro suicide.
Okay.
But I think that people taking like anxiety, the anxiety thing, that's kind of too far.
You think
Everybody
anxiety,
has anxiety.
you think anxiety and talking about anxiety is too far?
Yeah, because everybody gets anxiety. You just got to continue to you do your thing. You can't just stop because I got anxiety. Oh my God, I got anxiety. I can't handle this no more.
One of my best friends actually said this. The world is too fast to have slow thoughts. So I guess what you're saying, just stop. Like you can't do that. You just got to keep going. Like if the world's going too fast for you,
Yeah.
you can't. The world's not going to slow down for you. So you just got to keep going right with it. Catch up.
Yeah.
I like where this conversation's going.
Okay.
When you're feeling stressed, what do you like to do?
Just manual labor.
Manual labor.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
trim trees. Go mow the lawn. Go out there, get a good sweat on.
Okay.
Work out.
Try and get your endorphins up.
Yeah.
Get your serotonin up. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. Do you believe that big corporations advertising for mental health actually prevents suicide?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the NFL has had their own thing. The NBA has done theirs. Even Barstool, they've partnered up with BetterHelp. Do you think when big corporations are talking about it and they spark the conversation, and you hear Joe Buck on Sunday Night Football talk about mental health, do you think that's actually saving people's lives?
I think it creates a conversation.
It creates a
Like we're having a
conversation.
conversation now. I think
Yes.
other people have a conversation and they know they're not alone. That hey, I shouldn't be in this super deep depression. There's a way out of it.
I couldn't agree more with you. That's what really we're for. Male mental health is all about just letting people know and just having admittance within themselves. Hey, there is a problem I have, and I can fix it. I don't need to go down a harder route. And if I could talk to my family, my friends, a doctor, anyone, that I could be in a better state.
Yeah, makes sense.
I like we had this conversation. I think this was a great interview. We went off kind of on a wild tangent for a little bit about unintended versus intended suicides, but I think we had a good conversation that'll help
See,
others.
this is an issue.
Why
I
is this an
can't, I
issue?
can't drop it.
Why is this an issue?
Suicide is intended. Unintended suicide is not a thing.
Oh,
That is a overdose. It's a oh shit I fucked up, but it's not a suicide.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the Russian roulette.
Okay. I'll even give you that one. Yes, you wanted to die if you fucking put a gun up to your head and shoot yourself in the head.
Okay.
You wanted to die.
Or I just wanted to look cool in front of friends.
Okay, but you wanted to die because you knew the bullet was in there, right?
Yeah, but there's 1/6 chance that you didn't have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
But you
mean,
wanted to die.
I would say that trying to look cool in front of your friends is not worth the chance to die. Yes.
So did you want to die or not die?
How cool do I want to look? How badass would I look? Is the
You
question.
wouldn't look very badass with a fucking your brain splattering behind you.
Probably not. No, I wouldn't. So I still believe that we should leave it open to be unintended versus intended, because that kind of separates it and gives you and say, "Hey, this dude definitely wanted to kill himself," or "No, he didn't. This is how he died." And I think that'll help spark conversations.
Okay.
I think
I think it's not 10. I think it's probably more like 35.
I think we're going
I think
to.
it's much below COVID, which isn't real.
Honestly, sir, I think we're gonna have to end this interview now.
Okay.
I think you and I just disagree, and we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
I agree.
And I'm glad that we had a conversation about it, but you are just kind of going off wild on me, and I don't like that.
All right.
All right. It's nice talking to you.
That's fine.